Hello! MicroCOVID.org is a tool to help you understand how risky different real-life activities are during COVID-19. You've already heard you should wear a mask, stay 6 feet apart, and only socialize outdoors. But is it riskier to go to the grocery store or to ride in a Lyft or Uber? It's tough to make good choices when you don't know how large or small the risks really are. To use the MicroCOVID Calculator to estimate the risk of an activity, first go to MicroCOVID.org. In Step 1, you'll enter your country or your state and county in the U.S. The site looks up how many COVID-19 cases there are in your area, since that affects your risk. As an example, I'll choose California and Alameda County. In Step 2, you'll enter some facts about the activity. Let's say I want to go to the grocery store, but I'm wondering how risky it is. On the Activities menu, I'll pick something that sounds close to what I want to do. It doesn't have to be exact, because I can change the details later. Here's grocery store for 60 minutes, average number of shoppers. It autofills some options below, but I'll go through and change them to match how I expect the shopping trip to go. In the next drop-down menu, I'll leave it as a one-time interaction. The other options are useful if you want to estimate risk from someone you live with or see every day. Then I need to select how many people will be around me at the grocery store. I'll set it to 5 because I can go early in the morning when there are fewer people at the store. At the grocery store, people usually stay about 6 feet apart, so I'll leave the distance at 6+ feet. I can get my shopping done in 45 minutes, so I'll change the duration to 45 minutes. The people at the grocery store will be a mix of different people from my area, so I'll leave the risk profile as an average person in my area. Next, I'll need to fill out the precautions I and those around me will be taking. I'll be at the grocery store, so the environment will be indoor. I will be wearing a KN95, so I'll set your mask to KN95. Other shoppers will be wearing a variety of masks, so I'll leave their mask as cotton mask, thin or loose. I'll set the volume as not talking, because the shoppers usually aren't talking to each other. Here, it says my shopping trip will have a risk of 30 microcovids. What does that mean? 1 microcovid is a 1 in a million chance of getting COVID, so my trip gives me a 30 in a million chance of getting COVID. Is 30 in a million high or low? How does it add up with all the other activities I do? That's where the risk budget comes in. The default setting is to assume a risk budget of a 1% chance of contracting COVID-19 in a year. If you can keep the risk from all your activities under 200 microcovids per week, then your total risk for the year adds up to under 1%. If I were especially vulnerable to COVID, or lived with someone that was, I could choose a high caution budget to keep my risk of getting COVID-19 under 0.1% per year. You can see that this would make my shopping trip of 30 microcovids double my weekly budget. So maybe I should get groceries delivered or wear a more protective mask. MicroCOVID.org uses a mathematical model based on publicly available COVID data and scientific research. We are not medical professionals and are not giving medical advice. We encourage you to think carefully about your actions and make decisions about risk that you're comfortable with. If you want to learn more about how MicroCOVID.org works and the reasoning behind it, please check out our white paper at microcovid.org/paper.